The problem with the video game industry and I just realized I didn't give my last video title. That's fine. I was gonna watch that video anyway. The problem with the video game industry right now is that we are focusing too much on realism. We're really focusing on like a lot on graphics and less gameplay, and the graphics are what's inflating the storage size and what's making people complain. And you can have beautiful graphics, but only if that's what your game is like depending on to make money. You know what I mean? Like it only if like a game that deserves or like needs good graphics to like be good and be like a fun game is a game that's has a formula already like set in place, and then you know that people are gonna buy that game, and you need a quick like upgrade. So like a Call of Duty game, like a new Call of Duty game, that's the only like that kind of needs better graphics because you are releasing the same slop every year and paying and making people pay $70 for the new experience, which is not really a new experience. It's just a new amount of guns with no new mechanics, and that's fine because the Call of Duty formula is good. Sadly, it is good. It is really still the only one of its kind. Like yeah, you will have like your knockoffs like Iron Sights, I think. Um, but like they're never really gonna get to the quality of Call of Duty, which is why Call of Duty kind of monopolizes the first person shooter multiplayer um thing, which is why game industries are like really leaning towards the hero shooters. So that's why we have Deadlock now, which is massive success. And yeah, anyway, so video game industries, I think you need to stop focusing on how good the game looks and more focusing more on how fun the game is, because you can have something that's fun to some people, but you need to make something that's fun to all people. Like, and that's really hard to do, especially when it's like a hard game to make. Like let's say you're making like a new Subnautica. You're gonna have a formula. That's fine. And I guess Subnautica does kind of have to focus on the graphics because they already have a formula. But so if Subnautica was the same thing as Subnautica 1 and 2 with just a new story, which again is fine because I love Subnautica, we still want more tools. We still want more buildings and more stuff. Like we don't just want another prawn suit. We don't want just another like Seamoth. We want more stuff that is new, which sucks because this is Unreal Worlds. This is off topic. Unreal Worlds. I made a mistake using Subnautica as a example because Subnautica is a really bad example because I love Subnautica too much to complain about them actually. So I'm gonna retract all my statements except for the video. I do want new stuff though, but you know Unreal Worlds is working with sticks and pebbles right now, so I can't really say anything. Anyway, so I do want new stuff in the new Call of Duty games. Like I was so happy when Vanguard came out with a laser gun because it was somewhat new. It was so funny that there was a laser gun. I even laughed. I loved it when the nail gun was the best gun in Warzone because that was hilarious. But you know, because it played differently. It wasn't like yeah, it was really strong. All you did was shoot people. It was a different gun to use. It was fun, which is why people like using like the Finn chainsaw. Like the Finn chainsaw was really funny and really fun to use because it was different. It wasn't really just aiming down your sights, shooting people and getting the kill. Like, well, yeah, that feels good, but it's like you're doing it the same way every time. But like games like that have a style, I think are gonna thrive a lot. Like Deadlock that has a style and not really focused on graphics, really just focused on the game looking polished, but the game being more fun, and hard was really what made Deadlock so popular. The same thing with Marvel Rivals having their own style, like really bringing that cartoonish style to life. They were originally gonna go like Overwatch style, like more realistic, but they went a cartoonish style because it was more stylistic. I don't know why they did it. I think I don't know. So I'm not gonna say anything, but it did work better. It would have worked. It worked so much better than if it was like real life because they were allowed to make like the game more fun, which it is. Like on launch, the game was undoubtedly really exciting and fun. The game still is fun. You just need to play the right character. But whatever. Off topic. Pokemon. Let's talk about Pokemon right now. Pokemon really did need to focus on the graphics. Pokemon's a rare exception. Pokemon did absolutely need to focus on the graphics, and they did, dude. The water looks incredible. The game isn't always gonna be like really good looking. I don't think Pokemon will ever be extremely good looking, but I think it has to be good looking enough to last 5 years, and that's what Scarlet and Violet wasn't. But other than the competitive side of the game looked fine. It looked good even. But Sword and Shield did look better. But whatever. I'm really excited to see how Winds and Waves looks competitively and just gameplay wise. I think it'll look fine. I think it'll look good. But what's another game I want to complain about? Video game industry, I think realism wise. I think we need to stop focusing on the realism with the Resident Evil games. But like, I could say that, but I'd be just completely lying if I didn't say if I say that I didn't really enjoy the massively improved graphics in RE9, because RE9's graphics were actually just stunning, just genuinely the most beautiful graphics I've seen in my life. So I can't say I hate that. But there are some games that just don't need good graphics. Like let's say Fortnite didn't really need good graphics. I think that's just I don't think it matters anymore. I don't think it matters either way. I think we need. Dang, I really can't think off the top of my head of like games that really rely on their good graphics, other than Call of Duty. I'm just so. Oh yeah, it's also some another thing. Games also don't have to be overcomplicated. I mean, the overcomplicated ones are working, but like a lot of the simple games are also working. Like Pokopia is undoubtedly a simple game. Like there is a lot of like complex recipes. Not really. I'm lying to you. There is some complex stuff. Pokopia is unarguably a simple game, and Pokopia is doing incredible right now. Pokopia is really fun, and I think that's why people really enjoyed the Leon gameplay in Resident Evil Requiem, because it was simple. Just fight zombies and win, which is why people really like the COD zombie stuff, because it was just fight zombies and win. But like when you add a bunch of mechanics to like every portion of the game, which is one of the reasons why I don't like Deadlock all that much. I do enjoy it. I think it's a really fun game, but I think the complexity of it makes it really, really non-beginner friendly, which is not great for your game unless you play there from day one, because every game is gonna be beginner friendly day one, right? But like if you obviously can't keep up with even the quick play matches like Valorant, then you're not gonna have a fun time. But yeah, I'm kind of out of steam. I'm gonna stop recording. Bye.